WWE, NXT and TNA are supposed to have a partnership, but at this moment in time it feels more like an ownership because everything that NXT does just completely buries and owns TNA. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. We're here to look at a poll, we're here to answer a poll, we're here to see if both companies are getting a 50-50 out of their investment here. Are both companies receiving the right amount? Or is one company being screwed? And I think it's pretty clear here that one company has been screwed, but we'll look at the poll and we will dissect it. Sammy saying the other day on June 19th, he talked about slavery, he talked about oppression, virtue signaling like he always does. I think there's one company being oppressed here. I think there's one company being treated like slaves, and it's TNA, brother, because right now they can't get a victory. All their top guys have to come to NXT. No top guys for NXT go to TNA. The bloody NXT guy has got the TNA World Championship. It's just an absolute mess of a partnership. You ain't going to see the NXT Championship on a TNA guy anytime soon.
No, you're not. And you know what? You said it. They can't even get NXT top guys.
It's not like we're asking John Cena to show up in NXT, TNA.
Which I think would be good.
No, it would be good.
It'd be
but
great.
Like, you can't even get like an Obafemi. Or whoever the fucking... Can't even get a JC Jane. You can't get nobody. But
but if you want to talk about breaking the fourth wall, John Cena rocking up to the Impact Zone would get people talking. That would do wonders for TNA, man.
It would.
But no, they don't want to help TNA out, of course. And you know what? I understand some people that think it's 50-50 because they're going to look at it from the point of, well, TNA's died. It's been dead for years and they're getting a bit of WWE rub. But let's call it spade.
What rub?
Exactly. That rub, that lotion has ran dry. That well is bone dry.
The only way I think this could be beneficial for TNA would be if WWE were paying them some sort of financial figure every single month or yearly. But it appears that's not the case. There is...
like it was keeping them afloat.
Yeah, like McMahon did WCW back in the day to an extent. But there appears to be no financial deal in place here. All it is basically like a handshake partnership agreement where like both companies work with each other, but in reality, it's TNA working with NXT. NXT's not working with TNA.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, man. And it's an absolute disgrace that Trick Williams is the World Heavyweight Champion. It is. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's shite.
That's no good. It's no good. Anyway, 293 votes. Who's getting the better deal out of this WWE NXT/TNA partnership? 64% went with WWE NXT, so almost 2/3. 22% said it's a tie, 50-50. Both companies are getting a fair, a fair
deal.
A fair deal out of their, investment or whatever. And 14% are going with TNA, which is almost a sixth of people, and I just don't see how that can really be an option.
How can you spin it in TNA's favour? Apart from what we said is, I mean, they're getting WWE guys, but they're not getting WWE guys, they're getting fucking developmental guys.
Yeah, and the exposure's not helping them. The ratings aren't going up. Their social media posts aren't going up. TNA aren't thriving. Honestly, when did TNA feel more relevant, or when did TNA feel just like bigger? At the beginning of 2024 or the beginning of 2025? When did you feel like there was more hype?
2024 when the name change.
There was more hype around that. Just them going from Impact Wrestling to TNA. There was more hype around that than there ever has been with this partnership between the two companies. So, yeah, I think TNA are getting shafted, but it is what it is. Let's get into the comments and let's see what you guys are saying. So, Betancourt says definitely not 50-50.
No, it's not 50-50. But the problem is with this vote, it's going to be very biased because WWE fanboys are going to pretend that it is 50-50 or that TNA's getting a better deal.
Yeah, honestly, man, I think it should have been about 94% NXT.
Yeah.
Lynn Sevaib says the TNA World Champ is from NXT and even he's getting shafted. Aye, I mean, it is what it is.
No, yeah, that see Trick Williams. We both like Trick Williams. He should be on the main roster. He should not be carrying the fucking TNA Championship.
And here,
Imagine taking the belt off Joe Hendry.
yeah, but at least you could argue that if he was on the main roster and he had the belt, then the TNA title would be getting exposure on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, but he's on NXT.
He's on NXT fucking T, you know what I mean? It's a crappy...
It's a perfect time, man, to see guys like AJ Styles go back.
Absolutely. Asu says TNA is actually wasted. Just another jobber, just another victim. The TNA heavyweight champion is an NXT guy. Is there really a question? I mean, at least we all seem to be in agreement here that TNA is getting bummed.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone that thinks it's the other way about, they need to get a comment in. Even drop it in this one.
Does anyone truly believe that a TNA guy is going to win the NXT championship?
Not in a million years. But that should be the thing. There should be a more reality of that happening. Like, let's be real. Joe Hendry, when he challenged for it like this time last year, should have more chance of winning the NXT championship than someone should have an NXT of winning the TNA.
Put it this way, look at the lineage of the NXT title and then look at the lineage of the TNA World Championship.
Even if the past decade's been shite.
They've got a fuck Sting, Kurt Angle,
Christian Cage, Jeff Jarrett.
Is what it is. BD Cool says TNA is getting shafted. Batman says sadly TNA is not getting anything return from WWE and it didn't help TNA in the ratings or ticket sales. They are still in the bottom. Agree with Batman, and I think that begs the question:
why?
What is actually in it for TNA? Like, why did they continue this? Is this an agreement where they can just end it at any time? Does TNA think that it's worth having this agreement with WWE in case they do need an injection of cash, or in case WWE wake up one day and decide, actually, you know what, we're going to give you a top guy?
I just don't understand it though. Being on it,
this feels like someone that is sticking around in a relationship where they're being treated like shite in the hope that one day they get treated good or something like that.
Well, Scott D'Amore's away. New leadership in TNA. Could they be looking for some deal where they end up under like the TKO umbrella and WWE buy them? That's probably what it's going towards.
I mean, could be that, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because the roster is look, the roster ain't great, but that doesn't change the fact that they're getting buried by WWE and that they're playing. I mean, listen, I'm not saying I even expect TNA to come in and bury NXT, or like, I'm not even saying they need to get treated 50-50, but it's not even like it's 60-40.
Do you think they've maybe went back on their deal, WWE? They've lied and said, I will give you this guy and that guy, and then in reality they've gave them they guys.
So why can't TNA be like, well, here, you didn't keep up your end of the bargain, we're done?
Because WWE's the big fish and TNA's the little bitch.
And Skullduggery Doodoo said it's all one giant shit sandwich, which it is. It's just an absolute mess. TNA have not benefited from this. TNA are not profiting from this. This is doing nothing for TNA. You're just getting the top guys for TNA coming to NXT, and it's not even that. We've already seen it with Jordan Grace. WWE are using TNA. I said this before. I said it months ago. This is essentially a try before you buy system, where WWE are taking people from NXT are taking people for TNA, they're putting them on NXT, and they're putting them in matches, they're putting them in promos, and we think he's got potential to come over here and be a WWE guy. We think that they've done a good job, so we want them. They did it with Jordan Grace. They're going to do it with Joe Hendry. You know, as soon as Joe Hendry's contract runs out at the end of this year, WWE are going to sign him up. And I just think they're going to do it with everybody else. To me, it's literally... if NXT is a development for the main roster, it feels like TNA is quickly becoming a development for NXT.
Which is a fucking disgrace.
So...
No, it is. It really is, man. I just... like, say what you want, but... I just don't understand this whole TNA. Who signed them up for this? Like, honestly, man, TNA at this point would be better if it just fucking died them on. Like, literally died.
And also, let's say they do something interesting, like a joint branded pay-per-view or whatever, or the winning company gets this, or, you know, they do like a full show where it's TNA versus NXT. Let's not kid ourselves. That's going to be an NXT premium live event.
Yeah.
with a joint production from TNA. It's not going to be a TNA pay-per-view.
See that try before you buy thing though, man, that's crap. It just kills the hype. The unknown. It's like, look at AJ Styles. Imagine it in 2016. Oh, he's been wrestling here 12 months, sure. He'll enter the Rumble for the developmental brand. It's crap, man. It's fucking shite. Joe Hendry being on NXT. Honestly, the mistakes wore off. He was in the Rumble. He's been at Mania. Why is he still on NXT?
I know. Let's say Joe Hendry goes to NXT, then he gets called up to the main roster like a year or two later. It's like the guy's going to be on the main roster and already have multiple Rumble appearances. Already be like the TNA, well, not TNA champ, but and he's already going to be like a WrestleMania guy. Like he's already going to be had a WrestleMania match.
He's been a TNA world champ, right? He's entered the Rumble. He's had a Mania match against Randy Orton. Numerous other appearances as well.
And he's not even signed a WWE contract yet.
Yeah, and he's going to be in NXT probably. What the fuck are we doing? Get him called up to the main roster. Well, not even get him called up. Just get him fucking signed in there.
Yeah,
they dropped the ball with everybody.
And it's like by the time they do sign him, he's not going to be fresh. He's not going to be new. He's not going to be as much hype around because we're already going to see most of his shit.
But no, it's good, folks. See Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, guys like that, been here for 10 years. Fucking keep forcing them down our throat. That's where it's good. That's where it's good, bro.
Anyway, guys, that's it. TNA getting shafted here, no doubt about it, in my opinion. Let us know your thoughts down below. This heat is unbearable. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.